Hey guys, for months I was afraid to tell anyone my story. I had nightmares what repeated what I had done over and over again. It is like a curse to me, but now I've finally felt the urge to talk to someone about all this. But let's start from where everything began. My name is Lela and I grew up in a pretty nice household. Since I was little, Shiana had been my best friend. We've done everything together and I couldn't imagine my life without her. I don't want to drag up my story too long, so let's get to the point. Just one evening before school starts I received a frantic call from Shiana. I picked up the call and that's when she told me something shocking that was going to change my life forever. OMG, hi Layla, you finally picked up. We're moving away. My mom just told me. I'm trying to be as quiet as possible because my mom told me not to tell anyone.
Wait, what? What do you mean you're moving away?
Yes, you heard me, we're moving away. I'm sorry, but gotta go, lol, bye. And so she just hung up. Years of friendship were thrown away like that, and the saddest part was that she didn't care at all. There was no sign of empathy in her voice. Depression began in my life. I felt empty and alone. I had no friends. The years flew by and I got older. As I was walking through the street, I didn't notice a car passing me, and suddenly there was a crash and I fainted. Then it went completely black. Was I dead? When I woke up I looked around and noticed that I was in a hospital. I screamed, what the fuck am I doing here?
Hey, don't worry, you are fine. My dad accidentally hit you with the car. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm so sorry that happened. I talked to the doctor, said you will be fine to leave tomorrow. I paid for everything.
It all happened so quickly, but I recovered very quickly, and the guy who was in my room was Dave. We hit it off straight away, and after such a long time I felt safe and happy around him again. My depression was over and the fear of losing him sounded so scary. Somehow this developed into a very strange habit. I stalked his social media accounts all the time and paid people to hack his account so I could see who he was chatting with. I thought this behavior was normal. I was just too afraid of losing him and ending up living alone in my parents' house again at the age of 23. What I didn't know back then was how far I'd take it. Words couldn't describe how I felt, like I didn't understand what she was doing here. I mean, it's been almost 9 years that she haven't reached out at all, and a wave of jealousy came over me. When I got home, I immediately texted Dave to his phone and asked him why and what he was doing with Shiana. After a few minutes he answered me and said he saw her looking for something at the mall and they got along well and he got her a few things. I started screaming uncontrollably. I was so angry that she came back and wanted to destroy everything. After that it was never the same again. Dave started looking for more and more excuses as to why he couldn't meet with me. All I could do was cry in my room, day after day, second after second, and the anger inside me grew. I stalked Dave and Shiana's social media platforms every day. A big part of me hated Shiana, but she wasn't my main problem. I started to develop a strange hatred for Dave. I couldn't stand him thinking about another girl. I started to Google things like how to kill someone as painfully and slowly as possible. I don't know why, but I couldn't bear to see Dave alive happy without me. I wanted to see him dead. I wanted to see him suffer just like I did all those years. Guys, don't judge me for what I was about to do. I was in a dark place in my life for so many years. I suffered from anxiety and the fear of losing someone again. I couldn't think straight, and when Dave came in my life I felt very happy after such a long time. When Shiana came back I felt a jealousy I never had before. Day and day it grew, and I wasn't mad at her. I was furious at Dave. A month passed and I came up with a murder plan. Yes, you heard me. I wanted to kill Dave, so I didn't have to suffer anymore. The night finally came to fulfill my plan. I texted Dave, telling him I wanted to talk about our relationship. He texted me back after an hour telling me he doesn't want to talk. I pretty much expected him to say that that's why I told him that I wanted him to come and give me my stuff I left at his place, and that's over between us. He replied with fine, send me the address. When I arrived at the address I sent Dave. I waited for him to arrive. About 50 minutes later he showed up.
Here, I got you your stuff. I'm leaving now though.
After what he said, I stared at him and just shot him. Not once, not twice, I just kept shooting. I was so full of rage that I couldn't think straight. I was happy though. I felt a relief in me. After that I put his body in my trunk and drove off. After debating what to do with his body, I finally decided to dismember him and bury him in my backyard. I received many calls from Shiana and my family members asking where Dave was and what happened to me. None of them I answered. I didn't care. I felt happy because I didn't have to worry anymore. I didn't have to be jealous anymore. I felt a relief that he was dead and couldn't think about another girl anymore. I cooked and ate some of his remains because I wanted him to be inside me. I wanted to make him a part of my body so we could be inseparable. The years flew by, and every day I have nightmares in which I repeat what I did over and over again. My parents gave up on me, and I am completely alone. I thought eventually the police would catch up with what I did, but they never did. But every day I ask myself the same question: what would have happened if Shiana had never moved away? Would I be happily married with children and a happily after life? I guess I'll never find out.